I was born in 1959 at Tachikawa Air Force Base in Japan, the third son of Master Sergeant Donald Bailey and his wife Penny. My brother Don was 12 when I was born and my brother Eddie was 6. We lived in Japan for 2 years before moving to Scott Air Force Base in southern Illinois. I had a happy early childhood, but my dad drank a lot and my parents argued a lot. When I was in the 3rd grade, my parents divorced and my dad was transferred to Kansas City. I spent the next 9 years going back and forth from living with my dad in Kansas City and my mom and stepdad in Illinois. By the time I graduated from high school, I just wanted to be a part of a healthy family. My first real job was working in a nut house, Morrow's Nut House. Mr. and Mrs. Newman hired me to work in the nut house when I was 16 years old. I've been working for them and have been a part of their family ever since. I met Christ in 1979. I heard the gospel from the TV miniseries Jesus of Nazareth and decided that if Jesus loved me enough to die for me, that I would love him enough to live for him. My life changed completely. About 2 weeks after becoming a Christian, I married my high school sweetheart. A few months later, I came home from work and found that she had moved out and moved in with a co-worker, and about 1.5 years later, she divorced me. A year after that, we were remarried, and 5 years later, she left, divorced me again, and married the co-worker. I'm convinced that God allowed me to go through this really difficult and trying time in my life because He wanted to change me and mold me into His image. And it was during that time that I found the family I always wanted to be a part of, the family of God. I had spiritual fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters who helped me and encouraged me and sustained me through that really difficult time of my life. In 1987, a friend asked me to sing in her wedding and introduced me to her maid of honor and college suite mate, Connie Bierce. Connie and I were married the next year. We were both in our late 20s when we married and wanted to have children soon. But after a couple years of trying and consulting with doctors, we were told that we would not be able to get pregnant. We cried and then resolved to be content with a happy marriage. But our desire to have children did not go away, and we began pursuing adoption as a means of adding children to our family. We met an attorney who was trying to find families for orphans in El Salvador, and we signed up, found out about a little guy named Jose Ernesto, I wanted to call him Ernie, and traveled to El Salvador to bring him home in December of 1993. We moved to Fort Smith in 1995, and after visiting churches for a couple of months, we were invited to Central by our neighbors, the McCullas. We knew right away that Central was the church family we wanted to be a part of and to serve with. Since then, we've added 3 more children to our family through international adoption. All 4 of our children have accepted Christ and have been baptized at Central. We've been in several TLC and 242 groups and have gotten to know and love and be loved by a lot of great people. Central's become more than just our church. It's our family, the family of God. I am Tim Bailey. I am Central Christian Church.